It was such a fun scene to do, to try to figure out, and especially for Merritt to try to nail down. Along with the romantic side of things, she has this really great friend. I have always wanted to be in a period piece. You got to try it, because if not, won't you always wonder, what if?
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Heart in Motion podcast. I'm so excited to welcome to the podcast Marisa Brown. How are you doing, Marisa?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
So excited to talk about your new movie that premieres this week on Great American Family. For those of you that actually subscribe to Pure Flix, you're really close to being able to watch it on Thursday.
Right.
So we're talking about Meet Me in the Margins, which is an adaptation from a best-selling book. So you play the best friend slash coworker. I'm so excited to get into this here in just a minute because one of my favorite parts of this movie was that friendship. I mean, it
Yeah.
was so believable. I just wanted to hang out
Okay.
with the two of you guys a whole lot longer. But before we get into the movie, give us a little backstory here because I haven't had you on the podcast before. Tell us a little bit about how you got into acting. And I mean, you do more than acting now. I know that you've got some directing credits and all of that too.
Yeah,
So give us a little
yeah, I
backstory.
do. I'm originally from Louisville, Kentucky, and I fell in love with acting as a kid there. I did a lot, theater, local stuff, and all my family is still back in Kentucky. And I'm actually trying to get a movie. We're trying to make a movie and producing a movie that we're trying to get made in Kentucky, which I would just absolutely love to be able to go home and do that. But yeah, I've been acting for a long time. I love it. I have gotten into directing and producing, and I really like all of that too. I just love everything about movie making, really.
Yeah. It's so interesting that you mentioned that about Kentucky because I've interviewed several people now that are like, man, the tax breaks and
Yeah,
start filming in Kentucky. So many
they,
projects that I'm hearing about, more in Midwest. I'm in Missouri,
yeah,
and when I talked with Riley Weston, who, wrote the screenplay for this, she was
right.
like, oh, the tax cuts are amazing. So
Yeah, they are. Kentucky has really good ones right now. And so they've been attracting a lot of filming to the state the last year and a half. And yeah, I've met with some of the some people from the film commission there. They're great. They love it. They're so excited about it, especially in parts of Kentucky that maybe wouldn't get the filming. I think there's always kind of been stuff in Louisville, but they're trying to get more movies to come down to Western Kentucky and to, counties that also have been kind of hit hard from, natural disasters the last several years too, just to bring some money and fun and new experiences into those parts of the state, which I would really love to do.
it's always interesting. I wanted to always want to share that with the audience because sometimes they always wonder, like, why did they film there? Why
Yeah.
do they always go
Yeah,
here? So to know, like, it is still a business and there's a
it
lot
is.
of the backstory that goes into it. But I've
Right.
been so many times to Kentucky and there's so many beautiful
Oh,
places
it's
to
beautiful.
film
Yeah.
there. So
Hmm.
why not? So
Why
you
not?
you already have a project in mind, something
Yes.
developed, just need to.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Yeah, we're just trying to finish getting our funding for it. And yeah, and then we'll be making that one. Yeah.
Well, good luck to you. That's
Thank
exciting.
you.
We'll be
I know.
looking for that.
Yeah.
So give us a little history then. How did you wind up? Because this isn't your first Great American Family project. How did you get involved with Great American?
I well, I'd wanted to for a while, and I have a couple other films that were like one that aired, it was on a Canadian channel that's similar to Great American several years ago. And so I got the opportunity to work on a Christmas movie this past year that's actually still hasn't come out yet. It'll come
Yeah.
out this Christmas. Um, and it was so much fun. It was just I had the best time making that movie. It was very, yeah, speaking of shooting in strange places, we were in Buffalo, New York, in the middle of winter for both of these, actually. So it wasn't exactly warmth. It was freezing. But especially with the Christmas movie, that was because we shot on an actual Christmas tree farm.
You didn't have to
I
create
mean,
one.
no, we did it. We did it. And so then that just made it feels so magical
Yeah.
already,
Yeah.
and then you bring in all of the set design and the story and all of the characters and everything like that. And it was just, I had the best time. So when I got asked to do this one, I was really excited about it.
So are you talking about A Very Evergreen
Yes.
Christmas? And
Yes.
there's several people involved with Meet Me in the Margins that were also involved with that project as well, right?
That's correct. Yeah. Austin
Yeah.
Valley, he is in both movies as well. And so I was really excited that we got to work together again. And then that we had the same director. Riley wrote both of them. We had the same crew. So, going back to filming, it was just like kind of coming back into your little film family.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
And
was fun.
Buffalo's another one. I've interviewed several people that have been involved in projects that were done in Buffalo. That's
Yeah,
another big
it is.
booming
It is.
production
They've
area right
they've
now.
built production studios there, sound stages. They have like the whole shebang
Yeah.
going. And it was fun. I fell in love with Buffalo. I had no idea that I was going to like it so much, but I really did. And now I consider myself a Buffalo Bills fan too.
Oh, well, there you go. I guess they've got a lot of really like old, beautiful
They do.
buildings still around that
Yeah.
they can really use as part of that set.
It's a
So,
very historical old city that I didn't know,
yeah.
before going there. Um, but yeah, they have building like some of these homes. One of the homes that we filmed in for Meet Me in the Margins, I mean, I can't remember how old it was, but I feel like it was over 100 years old. I mean, it was
Uh-huh.
it was beautiful and just, this like big great room that we get to shoot in and that we used as part of our offices and I mean, I don't know that we could have found that somewhere else. They didn't build that. That
Yeah.
was that was a home that we got to use.
So this one was filmed also in Buffalo?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Well, there you go.
I know.
That's really cool. Yeah, I interviewed somebody who they were really trying to replicate that whole Rhode Island Newport feel
Hmm.
and very similar vibe. So, and that's
Yeah,
it's so welcoming for all of this right now. So,
it was great. And yeah, and we had a few days off, and so some of us took we did a road trip up to Niagara Falls and yeah, I mean, road trip. It's like 30 minutes away. Yeah,
yeah,
20 minutes. Yeah. So, but we did go over into the Canadian side as well and like, got to see both sides of the falls. That was fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny because fifth grade, I go to Niagara Falls and everybody was like, go to the Canadian side. And so you hear Buffalo is the industrial side. So it's exciting to hear that they've really got some good things going on there, that these
Yeah,
rom-com-y type movies can be made there as well. So,
definitely. Definitely. They definitely can.
so you get the script of Meet Me in the Margins. What's
Mhm.
something that really stood out to you about this story that you liked?
I mean, I really loved Lila and Savannah's friendship. I thought it was just such a strong, like positive, um, supportive relationship. And I just thought, what a beautiful thing to get to play with and to show. And yeah, I mean, and then also it was funny and it's mysterious. It's got all of those qualities too. But, along with the romantic side of things, she has this really great friend. And
Mhm.
yeah, so Savannah does. And so it was just really, it was fun.
So how did you, I mean, because from the get-go, and you have, some of those early scenes, the two of you together, and it just felt like the two of you and Merritt knew each other for a long time. That natural chemistry was there. So how did you build that with her? Because like I said earlier, I'm like, I just wanted to hang out with you guys.
Well, come hang out with us.
All
Okay.
right.
Um, yeah, I don't know. We didn't know each other before, and so but we just got along really well right away, and it just felt really easy. And um, just, in between takes, and while we were, at lunch and hair and makeup and stuff, we would talk about life and music, and we're both moms, so like we would talk about that. It was like it just felt really easy.
Yeah.
It was not a relationship that we really had to like that came I don't know, it just came very natural
Yeah.
and we got along really well. And so then that made the Lila and Savannah scene so much more fun.
So you play Lila. How
Mhm.
would you describe her other than, best friend slash coworker? Who is
Yeah.
Lyla?
Lila is somebody I feel like we all want in our life, right? She's always going to try to see the best in people. And she's going to look at, she's the person that sees the glass half full, right? And I think that she had this kind of like joy of life. She liked what she does, she felt driven in that, but then she also had great relationships around her, and she can really see the best in the people around her, even when they can't.
Hmm.
And I think that's Lila. That's she's a very positive person, and something that I try to take with me and have more of from this.
Was this an easy do for you? I mean, did you feel a lot of Lila in you and kind of how
I mean, yes,
you
but
hope, right? Yeah.
I definitely get a little, you know, uh, I'm normal. No, but I mean, like,
A
no,
good
she is
friend?
too. But she is like, she's kind of what I would strive to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And um and that was, yeah, that was really a fun thing to get to play in and to be, and just to sort of bring that like light to the people around her.
Have you read the book at all? Have
I
you read the book?
haven't yet. No.
Well, the reason why I bring it up is because I, rented the book from the local library to read it. And then I was like, you know what? I want to watch the movie
Movie
first. And
first.
then I talked with Riley, and she said, and I've learned this from other interviews where there has to be a book adaptation, to the movie of the week, and you have to take stuff out in order to get it
Yeah.
into an hour and 24 minutes, and then you've got a budget. And she's talked about Lila and how she's this country music singer and all of these other things. And in my mind, I'm thinking that's part of it that they had to take out in order to
Out.
make it fit, budget wise, but into an hour and 24
Yeah.
minutes. And in my mind, I'm already thinking, everybody's going to fall in love with Lila. They're going to want her to be their best friend. There's an easy opportunity for a spinoff here.
Hey, yeah, come on, let's do it. Let's follow Lila's story. Yeah, maybe Savannah and her mystery editor can help Lila have her own, her own little adventure.
There you go. Do you have any sort of musical background? Can you strum it all on the guitar?
Not that well. No, my husband's a musician, and I just kind of leave that to him.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Lloyd. He's really good at it. Um, and so I've tried before. He's had me singing backup on some things, but I'm always like, turn a lot of reverb on that.
Yeah.
Let's drown that down a little bit.
Love that.
Like, yeah.
So this movie is all about taking chances. Savannah's going through, she's trying to really push herself. She's got her friend there to push herself. She's got these great
Mhm.
notes in the margins that's really,
Mhm.
getting her to write this story. It's about taking chances and finding your voice. Is that something that you connected with personally?
100%. Yes, absolutely. I mean, look, I'm at my heart, I'm just a kid from Kentucky that moved off to follow a dream, And so that's sometimes when I get kind of lose track of that a little bit. I'm like, no, you know what? You did that. You
Yeah.
did take a big chance, and you have taken chances in your life. And that doesn't mean I stop now and like to not, but I think even switching lanes into directing and producing, and even that's, following kind of that dream of mine. And so I mean, that's sort of the beauty of life. You only get one life, so you might as well like take that chance and go for it because you never know.
You don't.
Might just happen.
Might. Yeah. I've talked with so many people. I think that several people, it's like the phrase is, why not? Like,
Hmm.
and that's
Hmm.
so fun to hear sometimes from people is, well, why not just try it? It kind of just affirms when you're willing to take that risk. Like,
Hmm.
it's not going to
Hmm.
happen if you don't try, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Right. Yeah, I know that there's sayings that I can't even think of them now. It's like you only, you know, grab the stars you shoot for or something. I don't know.
Right.
There's something
Yeah.
like that. But
Yeah.
like that, but that's essentially the idea of like, you know, you got to try it. Because if not, won't you always wonder? what if?
Yeah.
And I'd rather have tried it and not worked than to wonder what if. So
Have you seen the final cut
I
of the movie?
haven't.
Have
No.
you, but you were there, you lived it.
Yes, I
So
did. I
is
did.
there a scene, without giving a whole lot away, that you're really excited for people to see?
I think there's a really fun scene in the beginning where you really sort of learn who Savannah is. You kind of learn who Savannah and Lila's dynamic, and it's in that office, and it's when there's this big meeting, and there's some kind of physical comedy in it, and it's just like it just sets the whole thing up. And it was such a fun scene to do to try to figure out, and especially for Merritt to try to like, nail down some of
Yeah.
these things. And then fun for me to be like, the best friend that knows what's going I'm in on all the secrets, right?
Yeah.
And so it's
Yeah.
like I know what's happening here. And also I'm like, oh no, she's gonna blow it. She's gonna blow it. It was a really fun scene. And it's also always fun when you get to have those scenes where everybody is together and in
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowing that scene, did it take several cuts to get that?
It took a few tries, yeah. Just to get the whole, it's like a timing thing and yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure Merritt loved that too, right?
Oh, she did. She had a blast with it. Yeah. 100%. She like totally went for it. She was like not afraid yeah, to hold back at all.
Is that the first scene that we meet William Pendleton? It
Yes,
is, right?
yes,
So we're talking about Liam McIntyre, who plays
yes.
William Pendleton. What was it like working with Liam?
Oh, Liam's so sweet. He's just great. I had not met him before, and our first day working together, we were both there early and didn't ha we had a little while to wait. And so then we just sat and we talked about life and like, just all kinds of things and just had like such a easy, fun conversation. And actually, he was part of our Niagara Falls field trip.
Nice.
Mhm. Yeah, and then Charlene, who she's oh my gosh, why can't I think of her character's name?
I'll
That's
help
good.
you out.
Okay.
Giselle.
Yes, Giselle. Why would I forget Giselle's character? Yeah. So Charlene, who plays Giselle, and her husband, he was up there. Charlene's from Buffalo, so it was kind of like a nice thing for her
Yeah.
to go back home. She doesn't live there now, but and actually her and I knew each other from years and years ago and hadn't seen each other in a really long time. So that was a really nice reconnection too. So Charlene and her husband and Liam and I, we took like we took a day trip to Niagara Falls and had a great time. But Liam's great and he's so charming in this.
He is very charming. And it's always interesting when you know that somebody has like they're doing a different accent than what they
Hmm.
normally speak. It kind of makes
Yeah,
you go back and like I'm always amazed at how people can pull that off and stay in that. So
he does such a good job of it. And he would just kind of, he'd be talking to us with his accent, his Australian accent, and then they would kind of say action, and then he'd kind of go into William,
yeah.
and I was like, look at you. I was like, that's so
Mhm.
impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was great.
So, other than a little bit of the comedic at the beginning where there's some great physical comedy,
Yeah.
is there a moment you're really excited for people to see?
I mean, I think there's so many nice moments between Savannah and Lyla. And, you know, um, I think I'm excited for them to see those. Because again, Lyla does know Savannah in a way that nobody else does.
Yeah.
And she knows what she really wants to do and she knows what her value, like that she has more value than she's putting out there.
Yeah.
And or just more to give. And I think seeing those nice moments between those two is I'm really excited about. But also I can't wait for everybody to see the I think in the book they called it the book nook, but like the secret room.
Mhm.
It's so cool. It was
Mhm.
really neat.
I think
So I think
the that
that's fun.
that room's really neat because it was like every time she went in there, something was a little bit different just to keep it
Different.
fresh. It,
Yeah.
it
It was like
reminded
some
me. secret garden goes
A
inside,
hundred
that kind of
percent.
a thing.
Yes,
So.
yes. And I love an idea of like a secret garden. I love that. So that was really neat too.
And you mentioned all of those moments between the two of them. I think in this movie, more than most that I've seen, I'm equally as excited for people to see the friendship
Hmm.
as the romance because it almost felt like there were two stories going on at the same time, but
Hmm.
supported each other. But again, Lila's such a good friend. Everybody needs a Lila in their life.
They
So,
do. They really do. We all need a Lila. I know. It's she is a good one.
do you remember, were there any, behind the scenes moments, funny, crazy challenges that you can think of, or was this
Crazy
just an
challenges.
easy one to shoot?
No, I mean, we had some weather challenges in the very beginning. I remember right when we first went on our first couple days in Buffalo, like one morning getting up, and I think it was negative 10 degrees. That's before wind chill. And so I was like, wait a minute. I was like, we're not supposed to go outside in this
Uh-uh.
time. Like, this is not. No, no. I'm like, I'm from Kentucky and I live in California. Like, this is not, I'm not used to this. This is
Mm-mm.
not, no.
Wow.
So, I mean, so there was that. That was actually, yeah, something to get used to. Um,
Have
but
you
other,
done a winter movie? Have you done a winter movie and filmed it in the summer before?
no, but I have in the winter filmed summer where they were literally clearing off snow and then getting sod and like laying down like fresh like grass to make it look like it was the springtime. And then we're all
And
sitting
you
there
got to stand there and be like,
like,
yeah, I'm hot. I'm hot right now, right?
exactly, exactly. Yeah. Like, okay, pretend you're not freezing. Yeah.
It's so funny always asking people which they prefer. Or do they prefer being hot in the winter or cold? Or what would it be? Like
Hot
people that have to wear their coats, really
in the
big,
summer.
bulky coats in the summer
Right.
versus just being like negative
In
10
the,
degrees
yeah.
outside. And
Well,
it's
I
funny
don't know
because
that I would ever prefer negative 10 degrees.
that's what people they tend to say, you know what, I'd rather be hot and sweat it out.
Yeah,
But
I
to
think I
be,
think, but I mean, I did like the cold. I kind of got used to it and it was kind of especially before like so one of these we filmed like before Christmas and then this one, Meet Me in the Margins, was after. It was like um and before when it was like Christmas time still and there was like lights and all Christmas decorations, it did. I was like, oh well, this is fitting. I like this a lot. Yeah, it should be cold and snowy.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But once that was done, I was like, okay, where's the sun?
Time for it to happen. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
what do you think the audience is going to love most about this movie? Other than the friendship, we
Other
already
than the friendship,
happening,
yeah. Um,
and the secret garden room.
the secret garden room. I think they're just gonna love going on this adventure, this like mystery with Merritt and with Savannah and figuring it out. Oh, who is this person? And but along the way, Savannah figuring out how to really like push herself out of her comfort zone.
Hmm.
And I mean, I think that's something like we were saying earlier, like that's a great thing to take away. It's like and she's getting it from Lila, but she's also getting it from the mystery editor
Hmm.
and from Claire who likes her book too, in the movie The Other Editor. Um so it's just like this learning to really like trust yourself. And I think Merritt does it so beautifully. And so I think they're really gonna love that, seeing that growth.
Yeah. And if they haven't read the book, the movie really does a good job. Like you think you know who it's going to be, but
Uh-huh.
you're still, but what if it's not? What if it's
Yeah.
this person
There's
instead?
always like a little something to kind of throw
Uh-huh.
you off, and you're
Yes.
like, wait a minute, they just said this, and that was in
Uh-huh.
the margins. And it's like, yeah, yeah,
Which is why I'm glad that I held off reading the book
reading.
because it
So
kind of
then you
kept
could
me
go
like,
along with the
mhm.
surprise.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is one of those that you don't have to read the book ahead of time in order to enjoy the movie. So
No, but then go read the book.
yeah,
And
go
then you
read the
can see
book.
that, yeah, and then you can see the differences between
See the
them.
differences and see why Marisa and I are going to start advocating for Lila to have the secret.
Exactly, exactly. And I'll learn to be a country singer.
If you could give one piece of advice to someone, because that's really what's happening in the margins that she's getting, if you could give one piece of advice to someone who's sitting on a dream that they're afraid to share with the world, what would it be?
Oh, to maybe to find that one person that you feel that you could trust knowing
Mm.
that dream. And just to say it out loud sometimes sort of starts putting it in motion. And I think if you have just one person, and maybe it doesn't even have to be someone you're really close to, but just someone else who did that or had or followed a different dream, just kind of putting it out there just a little bit and trying it and then seeing how that like because I think that would I think it'll open something to where you're like, oh wait, okay, they didn't laugh at that. So maybe it's not unrealistic. Maybe it can be more than just a dream. Maybe I can actually do this. And so it's just kind of taking those little steps to keep going.
I kind of had goosebumps when you said that because that is such good wisdom. Because it's like if you have it there, you need somebody to be your biggest cheerleader.
Yeah.
You need that affirmation that your dream is not crazy.
Yeah.
Good, good advice.
Thank you.
Nice. So
Thanks.
at the end of the movie, what are you hoping everybody is feeling at the end of this movie?
I mean, I hope that they've had some joy and they leave with some hope
Hmm.
and maybe just a little bit of that, you know, like, oh, she didn't think she could, but she did it.
Yeah.
And then it turned out that it worked, a little bit of that, just opening that hopefulness a little bit there. And that, yeah, and that you've laughed and you've gone along on the adventure and you've been, enjoyed the mystery of it and yeah, that you had a good time.
And I don't want to give anything away, but I will tease this. If you've listened to my interview with Riley, those that are watching or listening, she did talk about that they added a little bit on to the end of the movie. They did like a 1 year later, which
Yes.
I think was such a good idea to
Yeah.
kind of, and I won't give anything away, but I'm really excited for people to see kind of like that 1 year
One
later,
year
what that
later.
looks like.
Yeah, I agree. And that was a really fun, again, that was another scene where there were a lot of us there that day and we all got to film together. That was and yeah, it was a fun one to see. Because it's always nice to know kind of like you follow these characters on this adventure and then you kind of see where they're heading. It is nice to kind of catch up with them later just to see like, oh, where did that go? Did it work out? Like, how's it, Yeah.
There's so many, and I think that, the networks are better about it now than they used to be. But you get these movies where it's like the last 30 seconds they get together, and
Yeah.
you're like, but now what? And I'm
Yeah.
like, we want more. Like, what happened
Totally.
to them?
Totally.
Like, ah. So,
Exactly. Yeah. Like, let us know if it works
yeah.
out for them. Yeah. Like, yeah. That's great. So I'm glad she added that then. Riley
So
did.
you've shared a little bit about you're hoping that this project might take off in Kentucky. I've seen
Mm-hmm.
some other things. You've got like something that you directed recently, which we can talk a
Mm-hmm.
little bit about. But since we're kind of thinking about Meet Me in the Margins, is there something you haven't done that you kind of have a dream to do that you're hoping happens?
Hmm.
Not that you have to tell us all of your secrets, but
Um, I mean, I do have another project that I'm producing and that I've created with my cousin that we're hoping that maybe you'll end up on Great American Family. So that would be a big
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Um, but in terms of like acting dreams that I have always wanted to be in a period piece. I think they look just so much fun. Like
Um,
I just the whole idea of, creating this set that feels like you've just, traveled back in time and the costumes and all of it. I just think it sounds so much fun.
Do you have one that you watch or that you keep an eye on that you're like, if I need to get on that?
Oh, I mean, there's been so many. I mean, I loved Downton Abbey and
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
I know, all of that. I also loved like Little Women and like those stories and like
yeah,
how
yeah.
uh, you know, another beautiful book adaptation. Um, so yeah, I mean, I would kind of The Gilded Age, I liked that. That one's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, any of those where you can really just like be transported back in time, I think would be really fun. And it doesn't even have to be that far back. Even some of these, I loved Daisy Jones and the Six. Like that one was a really fun one, but set in like the 70s and like that was, 70s rock and roll. I thought that
Mhm.
that was, yeah.
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 You
So
just need to create it, right?
exactly.
You
There we
just need to
go.
create it. Yeah.
That's it. I'll put it out there. So I'm putting it out there now. Now we're going to create it.
Okay, so tell me if I read this right. Did you direct, write a short that,
Yes, that's I didn't write it. My cousin, who has become kind of my creative partner, he's a screenwriter and he's fantastic. He wrote it and then we co-directed it. I was in it. Actually, my daughter's in it. Yeah, which was
nice.
really fun. She's getting into this world too and loves it. And that is the one we are trying to make a full-length feature of that, and that's the one that we want to film in Kentucky.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
take something like that, because I know sometimes people will take it, they'll make a short, they'll go to some festivals. So learning that
Yes,
process. So
putting it
it's
out there. Yeah, you kind of start finding, production companies, production teams that you want to work with, putting it in festivals to get, yeah,
okay.
garner attention and interest for it. And then, yeah, it's
Okay,
all
so
about,
how would you describe, is it safe that you're talking about? Safe?
yes,
Okay,
yes.
talk a little bit about safe. Like, how would you describe it?
Oh, safe. It's a totally different genre. It's a thriller, and it is um, it's kind of like a trapped at home, strangers show up on your door and it's like all of a sudden everything goes haywire and it's how do you survive the night? So, I don't know. It's a lot of fun. It's great. It was really fun to make and like fun to kind of pull at those again, those like mystery, kind of scary, those all of those notes of like building that tension of um what's gonna happen, that sort of thing. It was really that's fun. It's fun. And the full length script is really great.
Do you have in mind, like, if we could get this on this platform? I mean, when you're thinking about that, do you go that far in your thinking?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, because that's part of trying to kind of pitch it and sell
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's to say, okay, we could see it going here or going to this channel, like we could see that one. I mean, going to like a Tubi or Netflix, those sort of things. I mean, I still go to the movie theater a lot, and so I would love to see it in the movie theater. Yeah, that's it's one of my favorite things to do still, like we go to my family and we go to the movies just about every weekend. So yeah, I would love to see it in the movie theater, really.
Okay.
Hmm.
And then we don't have yet a release date for A Very Evergreen Christmas, do we?
Mm-mm.
Because it's not one of the July movies. So it's going to
It's
be,
no, as far as I know, it is not.
okay.
I think it's gonna just be one of the first ones that comes out in the Christmas lineup.
Okay.
I know it was one of the first ones that they filmed for Christmas
Yeah.
2026. So yeah. Oh, and it's so cute. It's really cute. And Katie is amazing in it too. Katie, I think I'm gonna say her last name wrong. Leclerc.
I was going to let you do it because I knew how it's spelled. And I was like, I'm going
Yeah,
to let her do that one.
I know. But she's great. And she was in a Christmas one that they had on recently. I think it was a Wisconsin Christmas pie or
Oh, yeah. It's the pie one. It's the
yeah,
pie
the
one.
pie one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's actually an amazing baker.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, there.
Yeah. So, yeah.
She knew what she was when she was saying. She knew what she was talking
She
about,
did.
right?
She did. And she's yeah, Katie is an amazing baker. So that one's gonna be really cute too. And that's Austin, who's in Meet Me in the Margins, is also in that one too.
Yeah.
And yeah, we actually have a little side romance, which they don't normally do too much in these movies either, but we have just a little side like flirtation.
Okay.
Yeah,
Another opportunity for a spinoff. I
there you
mean,
go.
why not? I'm just trying to create work for
I
you.
love it. I love it. Thank you. Keep going.
So while people are waiting for Meet Me in the Margins, do you have a project? I always like to ask this one where it's like, hey, go back and watch me in this project. This is something I'm really proud of, or it's the first thing that
Oh,
comes to my mind.
hmm. They can go back and watch. Um, what should I have them watch? I did a movie called Writing Faith several years ago. That was really Grace Van Dien played my daughter, and John Schneider was my husband. Um, that one was a lot of fun because we actually got to ride horses, and I love ride. I grew up with horses, and so it's a big part of the story of that story. And so that one is one I think that this audience would really enjoy as well. Um, yeah.
It's a good one. I've seen it.
You have.
Well, and what's crazy is I have to be fully transparent. A lot of times you watch the movie and then, years later you're like, I know I saw it and I don't remember
Yeah.
exactly what happens, but it's always about that feeling. Like when you're done,
Yeah.
like how did I feel at the end of that movie? And I remember watching that movie and the title of it has changed
Yes. It was,
over.
yeah, it was like Writing Faith, and then gosh, they had another title for it. Yeah, I know. That happens a lot in
Yeah.
these where our shooting title doesn't, or it's released on one title and has another title that it's under as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Um,
But I
yeah,
agree. Definitely a good one to go back and check out.
yeah, that one was fun. And Grace is so sweet, and she was great in that. And yeah, we had a lot of fun playing mother and daughter.
Yeah. It was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I want to remind everybody that Meet Me in the Margins is going to release on Saturday night, 8, 7 Central on Great American Family. If you
Hmm.
subscribe to PureFlix, though, you're going to be able to watch it early on Thursday. And I think you can see it on GFan Plus, which is like the app too, right?
Yes, we're actually doing like a live stream screening with Merritt and Liam and Austin and Bill Abbott, and we're doing that on Friday night.
Ah,
So yeah,
nice.
I know.
I feel like there was already one, wasn't there? Like there was already one.
I'm not
Well, I'm a
sure. This is the first one
PureFlix.
I'm doing. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I think there was a real early one because it was
oh,
a
okay.
couple of weeks ago, and because I'm a PureFlix subscriber too, and that
Yeah.
came through, and it was a night I couldn't do it. So that's cool
Yeah.
that bring it
Yeah,
all
it's fun.
back.
I'm really
That's
excited
awesome.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So we'll get to watch it, with fans, I guess,
Is
hopefully.
that through the PureFlix subscription, or is that just anybody can sign on to like Great Americans Facebook? Because they've done both before.
Think it's through the Facebook, but I'm not 100% sure. Um,
That
I
sounds
just,
right since it's right before
yeah,
the movie.
yeah, since it's right
Yeah,
before, and it's already ha will have
it
been
is.
on Pure Flix.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's through that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah. Okay, well, Marisa, it has been so awesome to talk to you. And I'm excited, first of all, to see the Christmas movie later this season.
Yeah,
And hopefully, the your other projects are gonna take off
there
and
we go.
we'll be
Yeah.
watching for it. It was great
Uh-huh.
talking with you.
It was so nice talking with you too. Thank you so much for having me on. This was a lot of fun.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.